Alright, hey guys, in this tutorial, which I haven't made a video in a long time, I'm gonna show you guys how to make the mystery box animation that I made in my, I think it was an overshooting video. Anyways, start by inserting a cube in your scene. And right now it's too high, so we're gonna bring it down to probably 100 and I say 120. I think will look good. No, 110. Oh, not 10. Okay, go with 100. 100 on the y-axis. So that makes it shorter. And next thing that we have to make it wider. So do 500 on the x-axis, and I'll make it wider for us here. And do 150 on the z-axis. 150. Alright, and that gives us our basic shape here for the mystery box. Now to make the hole where there's like the guns come out of, copy and paste or click on your object, hold control and drag down. Oh, I'm not sure if, yeah, click on your object, hold control, and then drag down, and it'll make a duplicate of your object. And if you go into the different viewports by clicking the little square, you can see what we're going to do is we're going to size down the second cube that we just made. So size it down to 480 on the x-axis. Around 130 on the z-axis, and then for the y-axis just drag it up a bit so you have around this much space left. If you can see that, this is our line, the white line, and then right under the blue line, so it kind of makes a box. It's all up to you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the bool tool. We're going to grab them both, and we're going to put the both into the bool tool, and this will give us our box shape here. And if you want to adjust, you can adjust in real time with clicking on the cube that you want, and you can drag it up, you can drag it to the sides, you can do a whole bunch of different things. Anyways, now that we have the bottom of our box, and over here I just checked hide new edges under the bool tool object. Next we're going to make the lid. So grab another cube and size it around the same as the other one. So x axis was 500, z-axis was 150, and for the y-axis we want to make it pretty skinny, so go with 10 and put that on the top here. And this is going to be our lid here. I'm just going to zoom in to put this right against the top here. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now, to make our opening, if you rotate it right now, it's the center of the object is in the center, obviously, but the pivot point is also in the center. So we need to change that. So to do that, click on your cube or the lid, make it, click the make editable button, or click C, And then come to this one over here that just has, it's just an orange arrows that has two heads and it's going off to two sides. And that's the axis tool, by the way. And grab it and drag the pivot point to the back of the object, and then you can go back into the object mode. Now you can see the center of our object is right over there. So if we rotate it, it looks like it's opening like a chest now. So this is good. Now that we got the basic shape for our mystery box here, we can start going ahead and add some details. So, alright, on the mystery box, I'm gonna find a picture for us real quick so we can use it as a reference. Oh, I'm not even typing. Box. Oh, this is a nice one. Over here it has this big metal bar type thing. And so what we're gonna do to make that is come into Cinema 4D, make another square. Oops, you don't want to make it editable. Drag it upwards, and we're gonna go into the top view. So size it around, how wide is it? It's pretty wide up to the beginning. Alright, size it so the X is 20, the Y is 10, and the Z is 130. And now position it over to the left. There's like the middle, and then position it to the left where you would see it on the mystery box. Click the fillet so it rounds it. If we look here, our fillet radius we don't want too big, so we're gonna go with 2 probably. And does that look good? See, this is too thick actually for our lid, so let's make the Y 5, and let's move it down so it pushes our object into the box, so the bottom half's in the box. And I put a fillet with a radius of 1 and a subdivision of 3, and then I positioned it where I want. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make it editable. We're going to grab our live selection tool, go into points mode, and under the options of the live selection tool, uncheck only visible elements, and select all the points on the bottom of our object. Grab the scale tool and bring them in until you have the shape that you want here. So something like that. Now we got this shape here, which is pretty good. And after you're done with that, make a copy of it. And if we come into the coordinates of our cube, change whatever side you put it on. Let's on the x-axis. If it's positive, put a negative sign in front of your coordinates, and if it's negative, delete the negative and click apply, and it'll go directly to the same spot on the opposite side of the x-axis. So they're the same here. And grab all 3 of our cubes, right click, go group objects, double click on it and name it lid. I'm just gonna name that lid, like so. Alright, now if we look, we have question marks, and then we have an extra little metal part right there. So we could do one of two things. We could create another cube, or we can copy one of these cubes that we've already made, put the coordinates to 0, rotate it 180 degrees, and then scale it right down on the axes that are needed, and then position it properly. And we don't want to put it up too much. And there you go. We got our little part there. Alright, next what we're gonna do is put our question marks in. So this is a simple step. Grab a text spline, rotate it negative 90 degrees on our Y scale, and alright, and type in the question mark. So we get the question mark here. Choose a font that's pretty bulky. I'm pretty sure this is a default font, but what's the default font again? Would have been better. I think it's this. Bold. No, it's not that. I think it's arrow. I'm just trying to find. There we go. If you take the font, it's standard. I think it's a default font. It's called Arial, and I'm pretty sure it's standard on Windows. And if you click black, click it, it's pretty well the right size. We might have to size this down to 100, and 100's fine probably. Put it to one side of the box. If we look at the mystery box, it's facing like an actual question mark would do. And then make another copy of it, I'm gonna rotate it 180 degrees. I'm gonna position it so it's upside down, exactly where my other one was, and I'm going to delete the negative symbol because I had it on the negative side of the line, and I'm going to hit enter, and they're both going to go to their exact spots. But what I'm realizing, and oh shit, I opened Skype. Actually, I think they're fine. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to grab 2 extrude NURBS, and we're going to drop both of our texts in there, and then we're going to change the depth to, I think, 3, and hit hierarchical. I'm not even sure how you pronounce that. And then it gives us our question marks on our mystery box. And you can also drop this in the lid bin. With the lid bin, I forgot to do this earlier, but you're going to have to reposition the axis on it. Because we're going to, now when we open it, everything comes with it except that one cube that we didn't drop in it yet. There. Now everything comes with our lid when we open it. So it's much easier to animate. Alright. Next is our lock. How long is this? Oh yeah, 1 second. Alright, I'm back, and we will be making the lock on our mystery box. The lock's pretty simple. we're gonna grab, let's see actually. We're gonna grab a square. You know what, I'll make this simple. Go into the splines and grab a rectangle. Change the width to 20, I believe, and the height to around 30. Let's see. Move this forward. Yeah, that'll do fine. And height to 20, and with the 40, click rounding and put the rounding to 2 centimeters. And then drop that into an extrude NURBS and just drag it forward a tiny bit so it pops out, because this is going to be one of our things here. Alright, next. Alright, come into the front view. There we go. Hide the lid and hide the box, and just leave, you hide by clicking the top circle of the two and make it red. Grab a Bezier spline. We're gonna make a simple little spline. So click. We're just gonna be making like a lock thing, so it's not too complicated. And it goes all the way down there. Alright, so actually, we're gonna start down here. We're gonna click. You can't click over here because your axis tool is in the way. So hit Alt D and I'll hide that for you. If you put it there, and you do the same on this one, move that one forward, kind of just gotta adjust them. So I know this is terrible, but I'll fix it up in a second. Okay, now here's where all our fixing up happens from our absolutely terrible modeling of this thing. Oh, I accidentally added. I think we need to add, if you hold Control and you click, it'll add a point for you. Oh god, this is the biggest fail ever. Okay, I'm gonna delete this spline. I'm gonna make it simple. I'm gonna grab a cubic one and I'm just gonna quickly, and then quickly just adjust this. So, oh man, what did I just do? Don't know. Hopefully it was not too bad. I'm just gonna quickly adjust these, just for tutorial purposes, but you guys can take your time and make this nice as you want. Alright, that's good enough. Anyways, now with this spline, we're gonna be making, go into spline, grab a circle, and make the radius to 3, I think should be good, and grab a sweep NURBS, and drop those two into the sweep NURBS. You can kind of tell it's too big, so put the radius to 2, and if you look at our sweep NURBS from the side, you can tell it's not in the right position. you kind of gotta, it all depends on what you've done with your object, so sometimes you can't follow exactly what I did. You kind of gotta do stuff on your own. And move this forward a bit. That's good. Alright. I'm gonna unhide everything so that I can see all my objects here. I'm gonna put the radius to 1.5 on my sweetener, on my circle. Alright. Now we have the lock, the top, and the sides and everything. Now we have the cubes on the side, which are extremely easy to make. You just grab a cube and simply change the x-axis to around 10, the y-axis to, forget how tall our box is. It was put 110, and the z-axis to be 20, and then just take it, place them where they're supposed to be. Actually, the y needs to be a bit taller, I think. Yeah, just a tiny bit taller. So put 120, and that'll just give it a nice, not enough height to get it taller. Control C, Control V to copy it, move it where you need to. Control C and Control V, both of them, and move it to the other side. And boom, you got the cubes on both sides, just like that. Alright, next step is basically texturing it and then animating it. Texturing it, this is gonna be tough. Oh, I'm trying to think. If you guys Google just like rusty metal or like old metal, or I don't know what kind of metal could you Google? I don't know, just find one that you would like looks like a grunge. You can put like a grunge metal, or you can put, what can you put? You can put like a scratched metal in, and it'll give you this, and then you can do that, and then you can lower the brightness on both of them, crank that up, put that blackish, and then put that into the bump channel to give it some bumpness. Cranked it up to, I'm gonna put that to 200, and then I'm gonna drop that on all our pieces of metal that we have here. And okay, and now I'm gonna change the projection to cubic. Just click all of them and change the projection to cubic. When we render it out, because this is they can be, needs to be darker, just completely black, and then lower down the brightness, lower down that. There we go, that darkens it up. For our question marks, we just create a illumination object, put it kind of like yellow. And change the brightness to like 150, and then drop that on our two extruded NURBS, and it doesn't look good right now. If we create one last material, we can put a wood material. I got a wood texture. You can Google these, they're all free. Just copy the channel, put it into bump, change the strength to 250, and then I'm just going to apply that to the base of my object. Going to go cubic, seamless again, so I find it looks the best. Going to put it to my other objects, and then I'm basically just going to apply this to all the rest of my objects, the remaining of the objects, because all the rest is wood. Which just leaves that one. Except in the mystery box, the actual one, the mystery box is kind of like a grayish color, so you kind of just need to mess around with the texture, and it'll give you a grayish color. And then have a global illumination on, and our question marks will light up the scene. But if we add a floor, and if you have like one floor, then you have like a light up in the corner that's like dimmed, kind of reddish. I don't know. It'll light up your scene a bit, and this is basically how you texture it to animate it. It's pretty straightforward. You click the keyframe button, go to the keyframe you want, rotate it to the height you want, keyframe it again, and if you play, it opens. And yeah, that's basically how you make this thing. Sorry this tutorial was so long, but I hope you guys found it useful, and I hope you guys liked it. Leave any suggestions in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later.